All right. Hey.
Yeah, but I've seen teams do dumber shit.
Dude, we have to do our intro. Jesus. Hey.
Oh, shit. We hit record? Gotta warn a brother.
Favorite studio.
I know.
Right. Welcome to Booze and Ballin'. Fantasy football shaking. Not stirred. Look at him do right there.
Yeah, I had to reverse it.
Tonight's inspiration comes in the form of a flight night from Ever Grain Brewing Company in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. We're going to bring you 3 of those beers. Boom, boom, boom. And they're high octane because I know Dustin doesn't like high octane. And one of the many reasons we're drinking tonight is because Dustin was a mouthy bad boy last week.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I apologize.
He hit our curse quota at the 7-minute mark.
We already, how far are we in? 1 minute, 7 seconds? Yeah, I had it dwarfed.
You're about done at that point.
Yeah, I was.
And it's in most leagues, not mostly. Yeah, I'd say most leagues.
Mm-hmm.
It's the last week of regular season, so we're drinking to the stress of will I or won't I make the playoffs?
For sure. Also, by the way, I'm Dustin Kilburn. He's Todd Webb.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for joining us
Sorry.
for the Booze and Ballin' podcast.
We made a real sloppy lemon drop to start this week off with.
And then he's slugging bourbon before we get going. It's going to be a good one, folks. Maybe he'll be the one apologizing next week.
Scotch.
Ooh.
Had some McKellen 15-year. Thank you, Stack IE. This was from you a long time ago.
Nice.
All right. So, I don't want to get to the pick'ems, but should we go over the pick'ems?
Yes. Let's go over those pick'ems.
I was so damn proud last week.
You got so close, but I think
everything I gained back 2 weeks ago
just went out the window.
You just took from me. But before we go over that, we got Ever Grain Brewing Company, Camp Hill, Pennsylvania.
The show.
We got with us.
I've never heard of them, by the way.
I've heard of them, never had anything from them, and we wanted 3 beers to try. And these are all like, I would say more like heavier winter beers. We got an 8.5%,
Ever Grain,
a 9%, and a 10%.
Sticky Beans Coffee Stout.
Sticky Beans Coffee Stout. A Nor'easter Winter Porter.
10% ABV.
This one's 9%. And then Dreams and Nightmares.
What do you make a stout?
Shout out Meek Mill. Eagles 2017.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Song, Motivation. What do you want to start with? Where are we going first? Pick one. Well, Nor'easter. I thought you were going to go, hold up, wait a minute.
Hold up, wait a minute.
They have it. Oh, let me say this.
Oh, wait, do you want me to start with that?
No, you go with that one. You go with that one. So.
Oh, that's dark.
I know. I'm super excited about this.
Oh. The ring light's really messing with the can on this one, but it is a really cool color. It's got there's more like color change in there than you can see on camera.
So this is a double porter.
Ooh.
Dangerously smooth combo of maple chestnut, vanilla, and
like
fig.
Motor oil.
Balance out this storm of winter porter. The perfect comparison for winter days. Holy porter dark. That's like a foamy coffee. Okay, so when I was looking at these beers, they have a Bach. This is the name of their beer that I thought was hilarious. He looks like a giant insect wearing human clothes, but his story checks out.
Wait, hold up.
This is the name of a beer from Ever Grain. He looks like a giant insect wearing human clothes, but his story checks out.
Okay.
That's a double Bach. That's a Bach, an 8% Bach they got there.
I got to meet these guys. Okay.
And I honestly, this is another one of these. I walked in and this is a can pick, straight up can pick.
Let me see that again. I missed the cloud looking like it was
Nor'easter. It's a Nor'easter. It's wintertime. It's Christmas.
Why does his lips look like a butthole?
It's a Nor'easter. Well, because that's where this looks like this came from, a butthole. Oh my God, it does. It does look like a butthole.
That looks like a total brown eye.
Classy Ever Grain.
I know. That's
classy.
For YouTube purposes, we will never put that on camera.
I hope someone from Ever Grain watches this. Bitch up front. There we go. You can't even see that, but there it is.
All right, back to the pick'ems.
All right, yeah, so I gained 40 points 2 weeks ago.
And I got 40 right back.
Actually, that's a lot smoother than I thought it was going to taste.
It smells good. This isn't the coffee. This is a winter porter.
Winter porter. All right, so let's go through these. You had a week. I mean, Tyreek Hill and Tua, you're stacked with. No, really?
It's good. Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Let's keep going. Pick them.
So you got me. The 40 point, you literally got me by 38 points this week. I'll run through them.
That's what I do best. I go big or go home.
I took Baker 10.78, which I thought better. I thought he was going to have a better week than that for sure. You and I both thought Baker was going to have a good week.
I thought Baker was going to have a good week.
And you took Tua. Now, Tua got 21.2, but I honestly, with how Hill did, I was expecting more than that, but I forgot for a second that like the way we score is we don't do bonuses. So like we don't do 40 or 50-yard touchdowns. You get like a lot of leagues will give bonuses.
Yeah, like our fifth quarter league, you give it like 5 bonus points for big long touchdowns.
Right, so. But in a real dynasty league, you shouldn't do bonus points because you want it to be as close to like NFL scoring as possible.
Agreed.
So that's the scoring we go with that. So when I looked at it and it was like 21.2, I was like,
yeah, no, because in your fifth quarter, I think you went for like 30 something, like 32 or something like that because of the
him and Hill in the fifth quarter, like we're about 100 points.
Yeah, easy.
I actually got to look that up
because he had 2 touchdowns over 60 yards.
I was watching that, just getting more and more pissed. It was like that Kieran moment when we were watching him go nuts.
Think about
also Stack IE. I don't know if you said it.
I know Tyreek Hill's like absolutely torching it right now. He's like 300 yards over the next closest guy. Like it's just absolutely disgusting. But think about how many fourth quarters he hasn't played. Like those games where they go for like 70 points.
Oh yeah,
when they second stringers for the whole fourth quarter.
When they've brought the backups in.
Yeah, imagine it. He'd be going for like 200 yards a game right now if he was. I mean, he'd just be absolutely killing it if other teams were in games.
And to think his retirement is in the foreseeable future.
It's so disappointing. But I think he's smart though, because in a couple of years, like the moment he loses a step, he's not going to be the same guy.
No, not at all. That's what I mean. And he's going to get to that age where he will slow down. They're not going to be.
He's close, but
you know what I would love to see is the Dolphins put a 4x100 team together and just let them run.
And go out there and compete.
Just go compete.
It would be funny.
Like it should be like
though,
the Olympics are coming. The Olympics are coming. It should be like all the countries and then the Miami Dolphins.
Now they. That would be awesome out there in friggin'
place. Like Miami just became a country.
That'd be so cool. But they would get absolutely fucking destroyed in the 100-meter. Now, if they could run like a 60-meter, then they got a chance. But they would get fucking smoked.
Well, a couple of them were. I mean, Mostert and A-Chain were both ran. I think they ran the 100 and 200.
Right, but what level are we talking? You said countries, so I'm thinking like
they could beat some of the countries. No, I'm not gonna say anything. Like they could beat a few. They're fast. Like they're all
say it. Like Kazakhstan, like they're smoking them probably.
Mm-hmm. Czech Republic.
Yeah, probably.
No, but they ain't beating Jamaica.
Taiwan,
Jamaica's gonna smoke them.
Oh yeah, they're smoking.
If they lose to the U.S. though, that would be funnier than hell.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
Too much. All right, moving on. Running back. I thought Zach Moss was a great play.
Yeah, I know. I played him.
11.5. Yeah. And you also played Eckler.
Yeah. Oh,
who actually got 7.5 the way that we do it in the weekend. You get credit for carries.
I don't know what's going on with him. He looks like a shell of himself, and I am scared to death right now.
Is it? And again, like we talked about 2 weeks ago, is it him?
I don't know.
He's averaging roughly 3 yards a carry with 100 and some carries. And I mean, the coach said like that he's at risk, not at risk, but there's going to be more competition for carries.
Right.
But Joshua Kelly's only at like 56 carries and 2.6 yards a carry.
Coach did just come out and say there's going to be more competition for carries.
But it's not like
moving forward.
Joshua Kelly is not.
Yeah, they got the same. They've done the same shit. I don't think that whole offense has been not
targets. Yeah. He's not getting the targets.
Right. He's not getting the ball. It's no different. This was another reason for me to drink this week. As a Ramondre Stevenson fan, watching Zeke Elliott go absolutely nuts on Thursday Night Football, getting the workload that we've been all begging for all season.
Hashtag FTNF.
Zeke, the moment Ramondre gets hurt.
Oh, gosh.
Fucking Bill fucking check.
Yeah, he got eight targets. I don't think, I'm going to look up real quick. Did Ramondre get 8 targets at all yet this year?
Maybe one game.
No.
Not one game?
6'3", 4'3", 6'6", 4'6", 5'1".
Never, no.
But yet Zeke goes and gets 8 targets.
22 carries and 8 targets. And looked good. Imagine if that was Ramondre Stevenson and not Zeke. And granted, he doesn't have much more in the tank than Zeke, but his contact balance and everything, like Zeke, obviously.
What's funny is week 1, Zeke got 7 targets. Then he went 0-1, 3-4, 1-1, 0-5.
Yeah, I think that was just to like make him feel good.
5-8. He got 5 again when Ramondre went out last week. So it's
Doesn't make any sense why
It makes no
Zeke
sense
Elliott's all of a sudden.
whatsoever.
I wish I would like to go back and look how many targets he got in Dallas because I don't know if he ever got that in Dallas.
I'll tell you that in a minute, but we won't. All right.
I also am bitter because I played against him. But I also played Zeke. So
And he also sat unclaimed.
How does that happen?
I think a lot of people were just like sleeping on him because of what his production was.
Yeah,
like
that's true. Nobody really.
he went past waivers and people picked him up without having to use a waiver.
It doesn't help that offense has scored under 10 points for like 3 straight weeks.
And all of a sudden they looked better.
Well, it might be a zappy thing. Bzz, bzz,
Which
bzz.
said nobody.
Did you see the after the game where he comes into the locker room and just like straight up daps Bill O'Brien and was like, dude, yeah. And then all of a sudden he saw Bill Belichick and was like, got all serious, walk up to him like, hey, thank you, sir. Congratulations on the win. And like just walked away from him. Like, how uncomfortable do you make your locker room feel if that's how they like?
Is Bill on his way out?
I think so. I think it's time. He needs to not let his legacy go anymore. Unless, actually, they're still not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
Which
so
is
if
weird.
somehow they fucking come all the way back, go 7-10, and sneak into the playoffs because of the shitty things that they got going on.
And then they'll win the first game.
Yep, and it'll make him look like a fucking king. Oh my god!
But if you're
That better
him,
not
though,
happen. They
can
better
you
lose
risk?
next week.
Could you risk another season like this to your legacy? You can't. You can't. I mean, he will.
No, they need to lose as many games as possible so they can get one of them quarterbacks coming out next year.
I don't know if that's the worst of their problems, but yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look any.
I mean, the team was built around having a
Zach
Tom
came out-
Brady.
Sorry.
So, like, I feel like the team was built around having a Tom Brady. I feel
Yeah.
like they need to build around a quarterback that's not Tom Brady. Like, is it the
It's
quarterback?
true.
Does the quarterback solve it?
I mean,
That's what I
they
don't know.
gave up 6 points and lost the ball game. So something's going on the offensive side of the ball. And I'm actually shocked that in a Bill O'Brien offense that happened because Bill O'Brien's actually a pretty good offensive coordinator.
I don't hate this beer.
I don't hate it either for a porter. Like,
It's
we going to teach ourselves to enjoy porters on this show?
we are broadening our horizons.
It's the enemy.
Shout out.
It still
Shout
feels
out Nemo.
it still feels like motor oil though. I'm not going to lie.
You said it last week, and I'll stand by this fact. When it comes to movie quotes, we are hard to beat.
When it comes to quoting movies, yeah, I'll mess some people up in movie quotes.
All right, moving on to your stack, which I don't want to talk about, your Tyreek Hill. Even without bonuses, 32.7. Not the highest.
Well, he went for 170 some yards and 2 touchdowns.
But yeah, but the thing is, he didn't have a lot of he didn't get the PPR catches.
No,
He just had a lot of yards.
he just went crazy.
I mean, he could have been. He could have gone more.
I think in the first half he had 4 catches for 170 some yards.
That reminds me of
2
that
touchdowns.
Randy Moss stat: 3 catches, 187 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
I saw that meme.
Like-
that's how I knew the stat line because I saw the meme and Randy sitting there like.
They made a meme. Oh, what did they made a meme with him and Tyreek?
Well, it
or
was
just his
Tyreek
own?
on the top, and it was like 4 catches for 172 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he was given his peace sign or whatever he does. And then on the bottom, it had Randy 3 catches for 180 some yards and 3 touchdowns, and he was like, "It was funny."
I feel like Hill's kind of like Randy Moss meets Ocho Cinco
Just
with like the
tiny.
mentality and stuff. Like he got
Yeah.
that cameraman fired
Yeah,
or banned for the rest
He's
of
a-
the year.
Cheetah's a new dude.
Did-
I don't even know if you can compare him to anybody in the past of the NFL. I don't.
No, there's nobody with
Is he that
his
dominant?
skill set,
And that like to be that small,
his size, his speed, and his hands.
just
no one's
weird.
people have size and hands. People have speed and hands.
Yeah,
People have they
good
don't
route
have
running
what
ability.
he has.
He just goes out there and just outruns everybody all over the place.
He's a myth.
It was really fun to watch him with Mahomes because Mahomes would just run around in circles for a while, and all of a sudden he just launches it 60 yards down the field, and
Because
he'd be
I know-
wide open.
I know he's gonna be.
And it's
open.
because he ran from that side of the field over to this side of the field, and, nobody
honestly,
could keep up
he
with him.
probably went back and back
He
again.
just run in circles out there. All of a
Just
sudden,
waiting
Mahomes
like-
would
Patrick.
be like. Oh man, who else did I play?
Cortland Sutton.
Courtland Sutton had a guy.
Which that started slow. I was actually kind of
he
excited
all,
there for a second.
actually, to be honest with you, Sutton, all he did really was catch that long touchdown. He caught like a 48-yarder.
Yeah, your 2 receivers did wonderful.
Yeah, it was perfect.
I did Pickens, 12.6, which actually isn't bad. But then we told Stat Guy E to start start McLaurin.
Did we do that last episode? That was last episode.
Yeah.
We told him to start Scary.
We told because he said, "Who do I start over this and this?" And we're both like McLaurin. I like McLaurin.
I like Sam Howell.
0.
He didn't catch a point. He didn't catch a pass. Did he even get a target?
I don't know. I didn't look him. And what's funny is I played him.
Sorry.
I played him strictly because we
watch our fucking show though. And actually, I'm not sorry.
Strictly because I told
swearing. Holy hell, we're almost at our quota.
Yeah, watch your. You go.
All right, deal.
I do not like McLaurin as a receiver. I think he's been way overrated his entire career. That's my personal opinion.
I'm looking back on it now. I think you're right.
The reason I picked him was because I stood by us telling Eric to start him.
Yeah.
Because I had written down Pittman to start Pittman instead. But I went with McLaurin because I wanted to stand by what we said to Eric. And McLaurin, he has skill, but to me, like Jahan Dotson's a much better receiver than he is.
Yeah, I can agree.
I feel like McLaurin is just definitely, he's been good enough to get clout, but been overrated. But it shows by he's never had that great finish.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he's never had the quarterbacks that some people.
Never had a quarterback. I think
But
Carson Wentz was probably his best naturally talented. Oh, Fitzpatrick's up there too.
Right. But how many receivers have still shown up without a great quarterback? And
agreed.
That's the difference.
The only one I can think of that has gone through as many quarterbacks as he has and still tried to put up was DeAndre Hopkins. Didn't matter who they threw back there.
I mean, he's putting up with
he would come down
Levis and Kenny.
Look at his run in Houston.
Right.
He never had a top 10 guy except until Watson got there and then they shipped him out.
Yeah, McLaurin's probably getting in bad shape, but I do think he's just been a very career overrated receiver.
I can get behind that. He had that one really good year where the Scary Terry came out.
Don't tell Stack IE that. Because him and Kareem Hunt are two dudes that Stack IE has been stuck on for years.
He's obsessed with him.
He had a hard time dropping Kareem Hunt when he didn't even have a team. But I get it because Eric, the one thing he does is he bases his choices on potential too much.
See,
it can help you, but it can hurt you.
He's a super high risk, high reward guy.
Because if he landed at the right spot, he was huge.
Right, like say he landed in
Carolina,
or Houston,
right?
Or like because Houston, if he would have landed in Houston and Pierce,
Atlanta needs another running back, right?
Yeah, why not? Give him 3 touches a game; they can all split it. Or BBC.
If they draft a running back this year, I'm burning my house down.
We won't claim insurance. It's fine.
But no, you're right. He's one of those. He lands at the spot. Like it could have been good, and that's why Eric will keep him based on potential.
I honestly thought once Chubb went down and he re-signed with Cleveland, I thought he was going to become like an RB2. I honestly thought
I did, but Jerome Ford came out of nowhere.
He did, and I didn't think he was going to hold on to the job though, because I thought Hunt would come back in and just be like, "Yeah, this is still my team." Well, not my team. It's Chubb's team. But you know what I mean?
You know, a lot of guys leave for a year or they're off and they're looking for a team like they'll keep in shape. I feel like Hunt, when he came back, did not look quite like the Hunt of old.
A little slow.
Like I feel like maybe he
didn't have that burst.
He worked out, but he didn't work out.
He's getting older. He's losing a step. That's what happens to these running backs.
Kick someone and get back in shape.
Brings us all the way back to rookie running back contracts.
You're allowed. I'll allow that one. All right. Defenses. I picked the Bucs defense, 13.84. Not unhappy with that. You picked the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, they didn't have a very good week either.
That's my AFC team, so I'm not mad at it, but 9.48. You came in at 86.58.
Wait, what?
That's my AFC team.
You're a Steelers fan too?
Well, I grew up half my family Steelers fans. Shout out to that half. My dad was a Steelers fan.
That's right. Your dad
on
was
his
a
deathbed.
Fan, yeah.
On his deathbed, he watched them win their last. I think he watched them win the championship and go to the Super Bowl before he passed.
That's pretty
cool. I still have his jersey with his name on everything. So like my entire life, I would get Penguins hat, Flyers hat, Steelers shirt, Eagles shirt, cool. And then you got my mom randomly throwing in Saint shit.
She just got the colors wrong.
My mom's a Saints fan, which is funny. So it was Eagles fans and Pittsburgh fan, and I became an Eagles fan, but they're not in the same. They're not in the same division. So if I have an AFC team, it's the Steelers.
That's like me. I'm the Broncos in the AFC. I'm Broncos first. Like
Just Eagles first, obviously.
Right. Like I always tell people, like my dream scenario is a Broncos.
A Broncos.
Okay. Now I'm
Would you like
completely
some Broncos on your ice cream? Oh yes, rainbow.
Let me get some Broncos.
Rainbow Broncos, please.
And Broncos Eagles. There we go. Super Bowl, because then I would cheer for the Broncos, but if I lost, I'd rather lose to them, kind of thing.
Same. Like I would love honestly, I'd love
an all Pennsylvania. We got close a couple times. I was rooting for that so hard.
But
even though I hate the fucking Steelers. But
I know but I see
freaking.
And it's funny, like when I would take trips with my dad, we'd go out there. Like I almost went to Point Park. I almost went to school in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
We went out there. We actually got to see.
My
They
God.
called the Steel Curtain. Their practice field back in the 90s was actually a practice field that had a metal steel, same thing, curtain actually around the field that had little cracks you could kind of peek through and stuff. And they would practice on that field. The steel curtain was built around their practice field.
I will say the drive into Pittsburgh is one of the coolest experiences because you come around the mountain when she comes, and then like literally all you see is just skyline like right in your face. Like, you're just like driving in the middle of nowhere, and then all of a sudden you come around this fucking turn, and it's like.
And where the old Three Rivers Stadium was, like up on the hill, and have all the stadiums right there. Yeah. They have a tram you can go up.
Yeah, the tram on the other side of the river.
Like during like the Pirates games, the boats out there. Like,
dude, it's a good time out there.
It's a good sports town.
It's a good city to visit.
It's a good city.
I enjoy Pittsburgh.
Go Birds!
I've had some good times, dude. Pitt U. Oh my God. I've had some fucking times at Pitt.
First college party I ever went to was visiting. First college party I ever went to was visiting my stepbrother when he was going to Robert Morris. He played football for Robert Morris out there. They're like, "Are you gonna hang out with Chris?" Yeah, that went south.
I can see how that could happen.
I did. So you scored 86.58 to my 48.72.
Wow.
48.72, and you made everything back 1,037.7 to 945.74. I am going to be running a mile if I don't make a comeback in 4 weeks.
Back over triple digits. I know, but the only thing you got going for you still is I am running out of talent.
I have all the top running backs to play.
We're going to call this the, what is the NASCAR chase? What do they call that?
This is my kick. This is my final kick.
It's
like in track. We're in track. So this is my kick coming in. I got a lot of the top receivers, and I got some good quarterbacks.
Okay, so I'm the guy out in front of the pack of the Tour de France.
Like you went out
miles ahead,
and now you're just holding off the competition.
And now I just got to try and pick these guys, these second stringers that are going to win me a championship down the stretch.
So,
but wait, I still have some guys left on the running back position.
You do have some talent because of injuries. You got some talent.
That's true, especially at the quarterback position. Another quarterback goes down. Trevor Lawrence. Who else went down? Who else did I miss? Lawrence went down for probably. Hopefully, he's back by playoffs. I didn't read into the severity of his injury.
He's practicing.
Is he? So he just like totally bitch made that shit?
No, I think he's powering through.
You think so?
I think he's gonna.
What they diagnose him with?
He's not gonna get that. He's not gonna get that over. Yeah, high angle. He's not gonna get that over under. If Aaron Rodgers can magically come back from breaking his body,
he's not. He's gonna get hurt and end it for
Baker.
He's not faking it. I heard Colin Coward.
Taylor Rogers.
Colin Coward said something about how Jacksonville didn't have a fucking cart for him to ride back into the locker room on. He got carried out by a security guard and a fucking assistant coach. They were like, "This is like your most important employee in the entire building, next to the owner." And
yeah,
he can't even get a fucking cart to ride back into the locker room. Dude hobbled the whole way. You watch the video, and he's like
being carried by two people.
Yeah, it's like, dude,
and that bothered me because didn't I text you like 20 minutes before that injury and say, I'm benching Herbert for the year and starting Lawrence?
Yes, you did. Yeah, how about me giving you shit for the Trevor Lawrence trade? Or not Lawrence trade, but the Herbert trade. And he's been
booty since I traded for him.
I know.
What does that happen?
I don't know, but
we're coming back.
He hasn't been super booty.
We're coming back to me giving you shit for shit you said.
I want to say Herbert's top 5 or something like that.
6.
Is he top 6?
Or 4 or 6. He was.
So he's had like these huge weeks, but he disappears. He's been almost
the weeks that fall off. Where Trevor Lawrence hasn't had those bang bang weeks, but he's been more consistent.
He's a consistent 20.
So I feel like with me, like because it's in the dynasty, like so I'm in 8 leagues. Currently, I have
You say we open up another beer then.
Let's rate this one first. But currently in my 8 leagues, if I happen to win this week and I get the bye, I have a first round bye in 4 of my 8 leagues. I'm in the playoffs in 6 of my 8 leagues. So the fact that I'm a first round bye in 4 of the 8 leagues.
You know what I'm really
happy.
looking forward to doing with you is what we're about to do, and is start to like rank players for the next season,
and then come back and see how they did.
Because I was starting to look at like the top guys out there and their like percentages, like, and everybody that gets these follows and the experts that you hear about out there, their percentages are really not that high.
Well, that's why I get shit like, well, why are you in so many leagues? I'm like, we kind of do this now for like a living.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Like, so like, at the end of the year, I think what we should do at the end of the season is post our percentage, like where we're at
in our teams.
Like if because if I've watched a lot of these guys, they're in like 30 leagues, but they're like at a 4.789 win percentage.
Yeah,
like I still believe you, but like shit happens. Like look at my team in the 5th quarter. That's an outlier. But
see, I have terrible luck.
Yes.
Like, see, this is how I roll.
You
in
have
life.
Injury luck.
I have the most ridiculous luck when it comes to like major things in life. But when it comes to like little shit like fantasy football, luck is non-existent. So I'm just trying to play for consistency. I'm a high risk, high reward kind of guy because I like to blow up from week to week and just be like, oh, I scored 200 points, but then my team will score 90 the following week. So that's just how I roll.
It's fantasy football is a percentage.
I make a lot of playoffs. I will get you to the playoffs. I can promise you that. I'm a chip in a chair kind of guy. I want to be 6th place every year, sneaking into the playoffs. That's where I like to live because then you get a good draft pick the following year, and you still got a chance to win it. Chip in a chair is all you need. Just sneak in and you can win it. That's how I roll.
You know, right? You just set yourself up, which is what you were good at. And it's funny because our teams are very similar, but
they are.
Actually, we're very lucky. Like luck is a percentage of fantasy football, but what you do is you set yourself up that you don't completely rely on luck. You set yourself up more like the guys that'll get you into the playoffs.
Right.
And then whether you win or don't win it is because like those guys that got you there are the guys that could score 40 any given week.
Right.
You're not going to settle for a guy who's going to get you 12 every week. You're going to get the guy that can go 40. Might get you 6.
Yeah, the Derrick Henrys of the world right now.
Yeah, and that's where
I can't believe I benched him last week. That's such a bad. I played Zach Moss over Derrick Henry.
You texted me too, and I would have done the same damn thing.
Yeah, I know. He was just
because after what he did the last time Taylor wasn't there, like you should have
averaged 26 or some shit like that.
And the way that Tajay Spears has been getting more and more and more and more, like it's like they're getting ready to trade Henry.
I think this offseason.
I think
he's gone after he's a free agent.
Yeah, but I don't think they re-sign him.
No, I don't think so.
He'll go somewhere, and
I don't think he wants to be there anymore. You're not going to compete.
He'll go somewhere with a running back, and he'll be a goal line back, and prolong his career for another 2 years.
Yeah,
that's my guess.
I think if Derrick Henry goes to like Buffalo with James Cook and just destroys the league with that team, I think that's a perfect fit for him.
Mm-hmm.
Go in there, get in 10 to 12 touches a game, and then he's your goal line and third down back, short yardage back.
He's durable. He's basically him and Adrian Peterson are the 2 most durable backs I've ever seen. Jerome Bettis was durable.
Imagine playing against Buffalo. It's cold as shit, right? You're in the playoffs, and the Buffalo had a good season, so you had to travel there. It's snowing, and you're going James Cook out this way, James Cook out that way. It's 3rd and 1. Here comes fucking Derrick Henry, and it's fucking cold out, and then he just beats you down. And then you got Josh Allen rolling out, throwing it to fucking, well, it won't be Diggs next year, but
I hope that happens because you know what I'm going to nickname Derrick Henry? Nor'easter. Because he's blowing in to go in the end zone.
Yeah, that's a great transition. What are you rating the Nor'easter?
My first sip it was pretty thick, but that's actually pretty tasty.
The Nor'eastern butthole.
We haven't done beers in a while. And I know, I think the last flight
we've never done a porter.
We did a lot
of porter.
We did a lot of 70s, and I'm going to say this is a very good porter.
See, this is going to be for me. We're going into the bourbons because I don't drink a lot of porters.
Neither do I. I'm an IPA.
The only thing I can do, guy. The only thing I can do is relate it to Guinness. Like that's the only really one that I've had. I've had some chocolate stouts and stuff like that.
That's fair enough.
I haven't had a lot of porters.
This will be your porter base. It'll be this is where you base porters going forward from.
Is there like a famous porter? Like I wouldn't even know that. Like, is there a porter out there?
I was trying to think of
an
an NFL player name with a
What is
porter.
Guinness? Is Guinness?
Joy Porter?
That's a stout. Guinness is a stout.
Guinness is a stout, but Guinness is a lighter stout.
Yeah, it is for sure.
So yeah,
It's 4.5%.
as far as just take away the porter and drinkability and beer taste, I put it in the mid to high 70s.
I really enjoyed it.
I did. I'm gonna put it at 77.
And it makes me want to get more into some German beers because I hear that German beer is more porter, and I hear it's really fucking good.
This was a good porter.
I agree.
And 77, I might be a little low, but I want to start our first porter at a fair number. And it's
you took my number.
9%.
That's true. Fuck.
So like for 9%, you would think it'd be a little more. Like you'd think you get more of an aftertaste.
Yeah, more of that butthole. I'm sorry, I got to put it on camera.
More of that cloud butthole. Oh, you look how dark you made us back here.
I know, because it's. You got an idea of the butthole look.
All right, so I'm going with a 77 for the butthole porter. Ever Grain, we're sorry.
It's okay. You did it to yourselves, but
Ever Grain, that's a damn good porter. Please watch us, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
It's either that or it looks like a White Walker. Remember the White Walker?
I missed that
Game
show.
of Thrones?
That was a great show.
It was for 7 seasons. It was really good.
All right, Raider.
I'm gonna go 76. I'm going right back. Right
76. Oh, that's the wrong one. 76.
I feel like we're right on track, no?
All right. We've been lingering. All right, pick one. You going at?
I'm going with the double IPA. This
Hold
time.
up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. And I bought the Aston Martin, and you thought I was rented.
My man.
Dreams and Nightmares as an Eagles fan.
Next time you better be on fucking
That's our song. Shout out Meek Mill. I'm excited for this one.
I love how you got the Dallas Eagles shirt on. I just now noticed that.
We went to Dallas. This is 2017. You can see the date right here. Wait a
minute.
We went and watched the game in Dallas when Jay Ajayi was caught from behind, and everyone made fun of him for being slow in that breakaway run.
Really weird for a double IPA. It smells like. Oh, that was a horrible pour, by the way.
So
who doesn't like head?
This is an 8.5% double IPA. The rest will go in you then. All right. 8.5% double IPA. Dreams and Nightmares. We're going to do our pick'ems. Pretty.
Dude, I can smell this beer from here.
This is a weird can.
And I'm not going to lie.
I like it.
It smells kind of like cat piss from here.
It smells
really weird.
Yeah, that's a hoppy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It smells like cat piss.
That's a double IPA. And it's a double, I think it's a double hazy IPA.
It kind of. Oh, my God. Really?
Dreams and Nightmares. Let me read you about it. 8.5%. Double New England
based
hazy.
Off the can. Oh, you're actually going through the beer.
Double
right
New England hazy. A New England style double IPA brewed with hand-selected Simcoe hops for flavor and aromas of orange/mango juice, drippy passion fruit, and peach flesh. I actually get the passion fruit a little bit.
Cat piss.
I get a peach. Actually, wait till the end, and I get a little peach.
I don't know. I'm still stuck on porter.
Again, though, it doesn't. I mean, it's 8.5. That's actually not bad for an 8.5. Cheers, bud. Nice milk mustache. You remember that ad Sports Illustrated ran for the longest time?
Actually, you know what? It tastes a hell of a lot better than it smells.
It does taste better than it smells. All right, let's
actually, everything that you said about the peach, the mango, the orange, all came together in the flavor.
Remember we did the voodoo,
get the aroma.
The voodoo, we didn't get the smells or the taste. I'm actually getting that that peachy, mango-y fruit in this. It's weird. This hits
I did enjoy the voodoos a lot, though.
I enjoyed them, but this definitely hits the flavors, what they describe, a little bit better.
Agreed. The descriptions are definitely more on
I'm getting that peach, that passion fruit, that mango.
Peach is the aftertaste.
Yep, it just sits there. Right now, you're getting the peach.
But you get the mango and the orange at the beginning.
Yeah. It almost, actually very mango in the beginning.
Yeah, it's all mango, I think. It's more mango than orange.
Yeah, I think I'm going to like that one, too. But I'm a New England hazy guy anyway. So
Yeah, I'm not much of a hazy person. That one's a good one.
That's
Still smells like cat piss. So I will
outside.
not stand down from that.
I'll drink. This is gonna make you want to drink cat piss. Let's do our pick'ems. It is episode 17, but week 14, so it's an even number, which means I go quarterback first.
All right, we're gonna fucking rocket ship this because I want to get into our top tens. Then.
All right. So I was back and forth, and I wasn't gonna come right after you. I was between Tua and Lamar.
Oh yeah.
But I don't like Lamar's matchup as much, so I'm gonna go right after you, and I'm gonna take Tua this week.
Nice. I like it.
I didn't want to. I don't like going right after you go with the dude.
I like it.
But like, I was between Tua and Lamar, and I feel like I like Tua this week.
I like that dude. Tua's always good to go fucking big. He is. I mean, when you got Waddle, if Waddle doesn't drop that long pass, like he would have been even better last week. Like it's crazy to think about. If he doesn't get benched because they're absolutely blowing them the fuck out.
Like, and that's the thing.
There's so many things that go on with that.
I don't think they're gonna blow him out this week. That's
definitely
another thing.
Right,
That's why I think
I'm with you. So for my quarterback, I'm going against your birds.
I knew you were gonna do that. I knew you were gonna do it.
Did I use Prescott yet?
I don't think you did.
He's got. Actually, I'm pretty sure he's crossed out.
Oh, really?
Fuck, I think I used him already. When did I use Prescott?
Oh, I think you went early when you went Lamb too. I can tell you.
I did. I stacked them, didn't I?
You stacked them.
All right, I'm gonna pivot to Brock Purdy.
It's not a bad pivot.
I'm gonna pivot to Purdy.
Pivot.
Purdy's been playing fucking some awesome football. I
do
not agree with the MVP leading. He should not be leading the MVP.
Purdy? No.
I do not agree with that. Is he playing some amazing football right now? Hands down, yes. Is he one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now, by the way he's playing? Yeah, I mean, he's there, right? Is he the most valuable player on his team? No. I think Christian McCaffrey should be right next to his ass in the freaking votes.
Christian McCaffrey should be ahead of him in MVP.
Tyreek Hill
100%
should be ahead of him in the what are we doing here? Like, are we talking about the most valuable player?
I hate how quarterbacks get just that advantage.
Dude, look at the top 5 right now. It's all quarterbacks.
Look at Heisman.
Like, you've got two guys. You've got Christian McCaffrey and Tyreek Hill, both doing like record type things and not even considered.
They are
MVP.
head and shoulders above any quarterback right now. Both of them.
Somehow Jalen Hurts is on the fucking list, and he's not even having that good a season. They're just winning.
He's not.
He'll tell you himself, I'm not playing that good of football. We're not playing that good of football.
He's nowhere near as good as he was last year.
They're 10-2 right now, right? 10-2, and they're not playing their best football. He would tell you that.
No,
so it's like
he doesn't. He would probably.
As good as I bet you Jalen would be like, I'm not the MVP. I don't think
on the Eagles, I'd give it to AJ Brown.
Agreed.
Above Hurts.
I would agree with that because AJ had a slow start to the season, so I don't think there's anybody on the Eagles that's deserving of MVP, even though they're 10-2.
Not right now, no. And at quarterback, it's not Purdy.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not. But I just want one more quote on the Eagles. Like, they've been winning ball games as a team.
Yes.
They have had some serious team wins in that locker room. So there's not one person on that team that I feel like is like they've carried them to 10-2.
Like last year, Hurts played
out of his mind.
Great ball.
Yeah.
And I think he has potential to do it again. But
yeah. He's playing good this year, but he's not playing up to
They're finding ways to win, and someone different is doing it every week. Whether it's Marquez Valdez-Scantling winning it for the Eagles, whatever. It's better.
As I drink it, it gets better.
When we open them, we're like, we're not going to like it. And
still smells like cat piss.
It does smell like cat piss.
All right, so
I don't even have a
running back for the week.
First running back. Oh, you only get.
Ooh, I'm going to take Rachaad White this week. He seems like a good one to have.
You know, I've been high on White since draft.
Did you draft? Yeah, I mean, I was high on him too.
I'm not going to lie to you. Rachaad White.
I didn't have any draft picks this year. I would have probably picked him.
So underrated. Comment. If you look at Rachaad White's everything about him, like his stats and then how he plays, but he was so underrated. He is a Breece Hall, a little less than Bijan. He should have been in that category if you look at what his
skill set
brings to the table.
100%.
He's that guy. And you know, he reminds me of the way he stands and runs is a lot like Le'Veon Bell. His upright
and
kind of
shifty
stuff.
on the lower half. Yeah,
Like I feel like
he's patient as fuck too.
He is. Like I think he's gonna have a long career. He just never got that clout like they did.
No, here I'm with it.
All right. Okay, so my running back thing.
Yo, running back.
So I had Eckler down.
Okay.
But you went Tua and Eckler last week, so there's no way in hell that I'm doing that. As much as I want to.
I'm surprised you're not,
but I like him against Denver. Like, it's not like I'm trying to, like, you get 100. Because no, problem is you're going to get 130. I'm going to get 13 if I do this. But I was between him and Barkley this week.
Oh.
And I like Barkley against Green Bay.
Yeah, me too.
A lot. So if I went Lamar, I was going Eckler. But since I went Tua, I'm going Barkley against Green Bay.
Ooh, okay. So you are going to take Barkley. I do like that pick.
I'm going to take Barkley against Green Bay because I can't repeat your team completely because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to stack Hill with Tua as my first wide receiver. So I can't do the same three.
All right. So it looks like I get 3 picks.
I got quarterback. You went quarterback, running back. I go running back, receiver. You go receiver.
Okay.
What do you mean you got 3 picks?
Bueller.
Right, you're
up. Whew, that's a cool son of a bitch. I'm going to take a rookie here.
Son of a bitch, quick pancake.
I'm going to go with Jackson, Smith, and Jigba this week.
JSN.
Yeah. I think he's going to have a solid week. I don't know why. I can't give you any expertise advice here. This one's a gut fucking feeling here.
I don't hate it. And I was looking at that offense, actually, because let me pull them up here real quick.
They get a solid matchup this week, no?
What the hell?
Who are they playing this week? I don't remember.
Let me pull it up here real quick.
This is where Stat Guy E would come in.
They're playing the Niners.
Oh, yeah.
No, I like
They're going to be behind. I think it's
I looked at it because I originally was going to look at Metcalf, but I'm like, no, I don't like them as the Niners, but I think that JSN is going to get the default.
Yeah.
When Metcalf takes the coverage.
Yeah, I think they'll take Metcalf away. And then
he'll get like that slot catches. He'll get like 5 catches, 80, 90 yards, maybe a touchdown.
Best case scenario, the game gets out of hand.
Give me 12.
Yeah, the game gets out of hand, and they start giving him the underneath stuff, and Metcalf doesn't do the underneath stuff.
Because Metcalf's going to get the coverage. They're not going to not cover him over top. Yeah. So JSN might get that.
Metcalf might even hit a couple of those. So
he might.
It's not like San Fran's that good against the pass.
No,
they're only good against the pass because they're good at sacking the quarterback.
I'm not going to let you throw it.
Exactly.
You don't get
the ball out of your hands enough.
You don't get to throw it. All right, give me your next wide receiver. Double Indian pair. Established 2016. Oh, so they're in Newbury.
I'm going to go with Christian Watson for number 2 against the Giants. I think Jordan Love's going to have a game. I should have went with Jordan Love as my quarterback.
I was a little worried about him falling off after the big ass week he had last week, but you're right. I looked at Watson.
I think he just keeps going. I think he's back. That's why I think my dad's team in our dynasty league, because he's got Christian Watson just chilling. He hasn't been playing him. I think if he
makes playoffs, he's gonna be scary.
If he makes the playoffs, his team is gonna be. It's finally coming back. It's getting healthy at the right time. If he sneaks into that 6th spot, you watch out. He might win the damn thing from that 6th spot.
If he makes the playoffs, I'm hoping to God that I get the bye because I don't want to play him week 1.
I don't want to play him either. I always fucking lose to him. I'm playing him this week, and I'll probably lose just because of.
Yeah, because if I get that bye. It's going to be Dan will probably play your dad, and you and E will play.
Shit, that might change my decision making.
But if I lose this week,
I might try and let my dad in.
I'm playing E this week.
Is that rude?
What?
To decide my team based on who, just to try and get him a win so that he can slide in. But it won't look like I'm benching players on purpose. No, that's rude. I'm sorry.
But here's the thing, though. I'm playing E this week, though. If E wins, I think he edges me on points. and then I'll play your dad week 1, which I'm fine with playing your dad week 1 because he could
No,
potentially go huge.
You'd prefer to play Klein though. You don't want to play Dak Prescott.
I'd rather play Klein.
You don't want to play Prescott, Diggs,
I don't want
Barkley.
I don't want to play Prescott coming off the beating that the
I think
Eagles
he
are going to
picked
give
up
him.
fucking somebody. Wait, what?
I don't want to play Prescott coming off the beating that the Eagles are going to give him
I don't know if you're going to get that
on
beating.
Sunday night.
It's in Dallas, baby.
I think the worst thing for Dak.
Jerry World.
No, I get that, but I think I was there Super Bowl year and they beat him. I think no, but my thing is like I was fine with losing the Niners.
Yeah.
The Eagles have played a gauntlet. They're one of the worst schedules. I'd rather lose to the Niners now than in the playoffs, but I look at it this way. The worst thing for Dallas
Is to play them right now.
was to play them right after they just got beat by the Niners.
Because they're fucking pissed now.
They're pissed. They get a week's rest. They're playing Sunday night.
Yeah.
They're going in there with we're getting all this negative. Like they're coming in way more hungry than Dallas. The worst thing for Dallas was that they lost to the Niners. So I think it's going to make for a good game.
They might go into Dallas thinking, all right.
I think if they beat the Niners, they go into Dallas and get stomped
Yeah.
because they were due a loss in
I
this
still think it's
stretch.
going to be a good game. I
hope it's a good
I don't
game.
think it's going to be a shit kicking by any
As an
means.
Eagles fan, as a sports fan, I want a good game. I don't like blowouts.
I'll take the Dallas Cowboys.
Straight up,
Straight up.
dumbass bet of the week.
Dumbass bet of the week.
All right. I'm not making a lemon drop again because that shit went south. There it is. Believe, persistence, overcome. All right. So I'm on wide receiver. So I'm torn. I have not played Pittman as much as I want to play him for like 3 weeks. And Mike Evans. Pittman against Cincy.
Dud week.
Mike Evans against Atlanta. I think I'm going Mike Evans because I think Cincy was the backup. I'm going Mike Evans.
That game's going to be shit.
Which one? The Cincy Indy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think I'm going Mike Evans.
Yeah. That Cincy Indy game's going to be like 21-20 max.
Well, I just feel like with the backup, I don't think they need. I think it's honestly,
I think
Zach Moss is probably going to blow up after I played him last week.
I'm playing him again.
He's not a bad. I picked him up just to piss off everybody else in the league when I don't need him in that 12-man. When I got Bijan, Eckler,
You're just going to bench him
I got
all the time.
Rashad White.
It's a good block, though, because he
Bijan.
could come back and beat you. Like,
Yeah,
you know
I'm
what I
like-
mean?
I'm gonna miss. I want to miss the playoffs in that 12-man league, and it pisses me off. And literally, you start running back, receiver, and
Oh, I
then
didn't know
two
that.
flex.
So you picked him up just to pick him up. Then.
I picked him up just to piss off everybody the other week because I already have. Here's my running backs are Eckler, Rashad White, Bijan, Jerome Ford, Swift,
Jesus Christ.
and now I got Zach Moss, and I got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Herbert, and Puka
How did you
Nacua,
not make the playoffs?
Justin Tucker, and the Jets defense. I'm not going to make the playoffs in a 12. This is
That's
where
a 12-team league?
yeah, that's a 12-team
You
league.
made the playoffs on
And
a
I've
10,
been
man.
very good and very smart, but this is where fantasy football sometimes it just comes down to just shit
All right.
luck.
So that was his 12-team league. Let me read you my 10-team league that is currently third place. It's absolutely like this is fantasy football, people. This is how it works. My starting quarterback, now granted, I got really lucky with this pick, is Brock Purdy. My other quarterback is Russell Wilson. I have Chris Olave, who I traded Derrick Henry and Deebo Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. I had the Purdy Samuel stack. Ouch. But I got Chris Olave, and I think
I love Chris Olave.
and I got Olave and Harris for Deebo and Henry in that league. So keep that in mind. So I had Purdy, Olave, DJ Moore, Saquon Barkley, who was hurt for the first half of the year. And then I had Ramondre Stevenson, but I just played Zeke last night because I dropped
Smart.
Stevenson for
You played
Zeke.
him last night.
I had to. I had to.
Oh,
Listen to this
man.
team. Fucking Jake Ferguson, again, got lucky because I picked him up
And you're
when
in
he
third.
started doing well. I got Najee Harris, Calvin Ridley, Josh Downs, Jonathan Taylor, who's helped me win a few games, but like he's been gone for most of the year. Jerry Jeudy, David Njoku, and then I had Tajay Spears to back up
hate you.
Henry. And I'm sitting here going, how the fuck is this team winning? It
I
doesn't
don't
make
like you.
I don't either. I'd rather have my other teams that are fucking absolutely stacked that can't seem to fucking get it together.
So he's in third with that team, and I'm in 7th or 8th with my team.
And that's a 10-man
So
league.
no matter
That's a 10-team league.
Yeah,
and he has a better team in a 12-team league, and somehow isn't
so
gonna
no
make the
matter
play.
what, like you can do everything you can do, but sometimes just shit luck takes over. There's not a lot you
it's
can
all
do.
scheduling.
It is, and
you
I'm
gotta
playing.
look at that schedule.
My
man.
points are there. I'm just getting shafted.
That goes back to our trade episode where we're talking about trades, and it's like you really got to look at scheduling down the stretch. Like, yeah, you might think your team is awesome coming up into the playoffs. You got to look at that schedule, baby. You got to make trades and get yourself set up and make to win championships.
Play schedule, like on my pick'ems here, our schedule. Play matchups. Don't play matchup based on what Sleeper says. Oh, it's green.
Don't listen to
He's
his
got a
pick'ems.
good matchup. Play him. No, play what you know.
Fuck
It might be red because I got a good defense, but it might be a pass
Fuck
defense.
the projections. Don't ever listen to the projections on Yahoo. And Yahoo told me I was going to be dead last.
Don't tinker. Don't tinker. If you got a guy in, don't be like, oh, should you know what? It's Thursday night. He's playing. Should I put him in? Should I not? Don't go with your gut.
Yeah, always. Because even if you're wrong, then you can sit there and go, well, at least I played the guy I wanted to play. Don't fucking start Zach Moss over Derrick Henry. Fuck.
All right, so I'm up on defense. You're up on defense, and then we're gonna rate this, and we got to do our top 10s.
Ooh, I like it.
All right, so I get a defense.
We got 20
I'm
minutes yet.
going to go with. I have 3 written down here, and I don't know what to do.
Well, that's why you don't write fucking 3 down when you get to pick defenses first.
I'm going Saints against Carolina.
Ooh, I don't like it at all. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm. I like you, and I got a piss.
Perfect. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong list here. You went with Saints against
the
Carolina?
Saints against Carolina this week.
That's a solid pick. Dun, dun, dun.
The 1-11 Carolina
This
Panthers.
sucks. Why did my fucking schedule get? Oh,
Who
okay.
are you looking for? What are you looking for? I got you.
You got an NFL schedule up?
Right here.
All right, scroll. All right. I want the Vikings against the Raiders. Fuck the Raiders.
Ooh, good pick. All right, so you're going Purdy, White, Jackson Smith, Enigma, Watson, Vikings. Why do I have to say Jackson? I feel like when you got a hyphenated long name like that, I feel like you have to say the full name. Just like Amon-Ra St. Brown. If I don't say Amon-Ra St. Brown, I feel weird about it.
I don't mind saying Amon just because that sounds fucking badass. Or
Kendra hates when I say like
or I just
the
call him
full
Ra.
name. Sun God.
Well, that is Ra.
And I'm going with Tua
Tagovailoa.
Saquon Barkley, Go State, Tyreek Hill, Evans,
think I'm
and the
saying
Saints.
Saints. So I said Tagovailoa.
Tagovailoa. Tua.
Tua Tagovailoa.
All right, so what do you think of the Meek Mills inspired Dreams and Nightmares?
Wait a minute.
There's no way that this isn't inspired by that, right? I mean, they're Camp Hill. It's almost gotta be.
I'm pretty sure that like devil on the can too is pretty close to like. Didn't he have something like that on his
I think so.
in his album?
That Super Bowl parade was all the free Meek shit.
I could be completely so far off on that. That's a pretty badass looking devil thing.
This was a
snake.
complete cam pick again.
There's a fucking snake going through his head and shit.
Oh my god! Next year's pick'em should be for a tattoo.
I'm down.
I'd rather do a tattoo than a mile.
As long as this is,
I'd rather get that shit tattooed on me than a fucking mile.
it'd be dope.
Don't talk. You rate first this time. I'll tell you what. That was better.
It was better than I anticipated.
I like the porter. I think,
especially after it smelled like cat piss when we opened it up.
It did. But I'd say I think I put.
I'm still only gonna go like 72.
72.
I actually like the porter better.
I did too. I like the porter better. I don't know. I did like, but I'm a NEIPA
as far
guy.
as like because Indian Pale Ales they've been overplayed like crazy over
Like
the last
I'm a New England.
10
I'm a
years,
New
I'd say.
England. I'm a New England style guy.
Okay.
So I'm a little better. I'm gonna go 75. A little bit below the Nor'easter.
You were 77 for the Nor'easter.
Yeah, like I like the porter a little
The
bit
butthole
better.
porter.
I'm not a porter guy, and I like this, but I just think the porter had a really nice, smooth taste to it. Finish them up. All right.
What is this? Oh, no.
Dustin was smart to save the 10% sticky beans. Show him the sticky beans. Sticky beans. Sticky. That little white whatever weird bean thing is like, what made me pick these beers
at
from
it
the
camera. It looks like a drop of blood. I don't know why. And then this looks like Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal, if anybody remembers him.
Good reference.
I'm surprised you know that, actually.
Dude, we grew up together. Of course I know that. Oh, my God.
This one's even darker than the fucking first one.
Oh.
I'm going to throw up. Just because it's probably going to be straight coffee.
No, I like it. This might actually be delicious.
It's probably a dessert beer.
All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to start this. This is the
Why
first...
does yours always... I poured them the exact same way.
Because I talk to my glass.
Look at this, Church.
And I give my glass a little bit.
I can promise you I don't get more head than him.
I can promise you probably do.
I don't know about that.
So this is gonna be the first week of a few where we're gonna do. Yeah, don't watch. We're gonna do way too early. How we think the quarterback, or how that we think the players are gonna rank next year, fantasy wise. And then the end of next year, we're going to come back or middle, whatever. We're going to come back and see where everything stands. Obviously, injuries withstanding, but we're going to do our top 10 quarterbacks, how we think next year will play out.
Are we going 10-1 or 1-10?
I think 1-10 is probably easier.
Okay.
Because I did mine, and I did mine. And I did like a group A because I think they're at group A. I did a group B, a group C.
Okay.
For my top 10. And then I did a little
I'm really
honorable mention.
I'm really looking forward. I did an honorable mention as well.
You and me.
Yeah, we're just like here.
I'm gonna smell this thick ass mother.
Drink up, Grinches.
Drink up, Grinches.
Cheers, bitch.
Cheers, bitch.
Oh, that's so
smells like coffee.
I drink Red Bull. I shouldn't drink Red Bull.
Should we get a Rebel? We should get a Rebel.
Rebel. Shout out Jim Carrey.
Yes, man. Great movie. Oh, that's nice, actually.
No, that's fucking god awful.
No, it's not. All right. So do you want me?
I can't even rate a coffee stout. Coffee.
So one of us is going to run it. So do you want to go your one through and then I'll argue, or vice versa?
Yeah, sure.
All right, who do you got?
You gonna argue Mahomes at 1?
Absolutely.
Why?
Fantasy quarterback next year? Because he's like 6 this year.
Yeah, and he's had a shitty year.
Yeah.
And he's still 6.
I know. I don't have Mahomes at 1. So you got Mahomes at 1?
Yeah.
Who do you got at 2?
Hurts.
I have Hurts at 2 as well.
How are you going to tell me? Okay, well, who's your 1?
Allen.
A Diggsless Allen?
A Diggsless Allen, because I think fantasy wise.
What happens if they get Derrick Henry? I don't think. See, all right.
No, but I'm saying
the turnover king himself is your number 1 fantasy quarterback.
But right now, but I mean, this year he still has the most fantasy points.
Does he?
Yes.
Why? Because he's always playing from behind.
Well, just that and his legs and his goal line stuff. So
yeah, that's true.
If they get Henry, that does hurt me, which is why next year is going to be great.
And he always feels like he has to run for the first down on 3rd down.
I think he's not a Hurts running quarterback, but he does get those. He's a Brett Favre gunslinger, and even with that,
yeah, and he's got the turnovers to prove it.
Yeah, which is why I say he's gunslinger turnovers.
I've got Allen at 3, and the reason I have him at 3, I would have him higher. But I do not think Stephon Diggs is going to be a Buffalo Bill next year.
I don't either. But I think they replace him.
How? With who?
I don't know, but I think they replace him. But I think what that does is that gives Allen 2 to 4 more goal line touchdowns, or
You think his rushing becomes because he doesn't have Diggs?
because he doesn't have him, he's gonna have to scramble that little bit more.
Mhm.
And this year they said they were gonna try and curb his scrambling. That shit didn't work.
Well, as soon as they started losing, they fucking sent that out the window.
So I think by default,
All right, who you got it for?
Well, I got 3. I got Herbert at 3.
That's right. You skipped 3.
I got Herbert at 3 and Mahomes at 4.
You've got Herbert at 3. I didn't even put Herbert in my top 10.
I think this
Fantasy quarterbacks. I did not, because I think Keenan Allen takes a step. I think Eckler's gone.
I think
that whole team is not going to be the same. Mike Williams is hurt. Quentin Johnson, their first round pick,
I think that coaching
shell
staff,
of himself
if they don't,
TCU.
they're not making playoffs. I think that coaching staff goes bye-bye and they revamp, and I think they let Herbert be Herbert. Because Herbert is a very talented arm.
He is, and he's proven it this year, and they're just going.
And I think
they're dropping the ball.
And I think
that's not going to change.
I think it's going to be one of those things where Herbert's he's going to bounce back. That it's my gut.
Okay, all right.
So
I think that's high. I don't mind him being in the top 10. I will say I think that's high.
I do think. I know when I was writing it, I did this list like 4 or 5 times.
Because I got Lamar at 4.
I had him anywhere from like 3 to 8.
Like there's no chance, no how you're putting Herbert over Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. I don't know how you do that. That's just crazy.
I don't even have Lamar in my top 10.
That's fucking crazy.
So, and I have reasons. So like I did my group.
So I don't have Herbert in my top 10, and you don't have Lamar in yours.
My group A is 4 people that any one of them could finish in the top 4. Okay. Like how they was Allen, Hurts, Herbert, and Mahomes. I have Mahomes at 4
for next season.
Yeah, for Mahomes at 4 because Mahomes is
the number 1 draft pick. Isn't looking like he's a number 1 draft pick right now. Like, how do you do that? Herbert's just Herbert. He's going to lose Keenan Allen. The only reason he's even close is because Keenan Allen's been like a god at 31 years old.
They're going to lose Eckler too, and he's going to throw more.
He threw more when Eckler was getting targets.
I know, but I feel like my thing is like, okay, Herbert's talent level is too good. I think they're going to make a bunch of changes.
You admit then that the Herbert trade was.
Nope, I don't know when. If we have time, we're going to talk about that shit. Holy shit, we're at an hour.
I have Lamar Jackson at 4.
I have Mahomes at 4.
Okay.
I just don't think they're going to do a lot more. They're not going to build more on their receivers.
I'm sorry.
Kelsey's getting older.
The reason I went like Mahomes at 1 again, I think Raji comes in. Kelsey's still going to be doing his thing. I think they're going to.
I do love Raji.
I think they're going to add to the position at wide receiver over the offseason. They have to.
They should.
There's no way.
My fear is
they're going to go get. I got to look at some contracts and see what is going on. But I think they're going to go get like a Mike Evans or a Chris Godwin or.
So go get a veteran.
Yeah, they're going to go get a vet. Maybe even Did DeAndre Hopkins sign a 1-year deal in Tennessee?
I think so. Yeah.
They might go get a D-Hop. They're gonna go.
So you think give
something.
Mahomes more targets,
especially, dude, if they get knocked out like first round or some shit this year, which their team looks like they're getting knocked out in the first round this year, they're going after somebody. They're not gonna just sit back and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna not win Super Bowls." So they're gonna go out and beast.
So you got Mahomes at 1. I got him at 4, and you got Lamar at 4.
Yeah. Who you got at 5?
Tua.
Ooh, okay.
I think A-Chain gets better. I think Hill, 2 years left. Waddle.
Yeah.
I like.
Not a bad.
I like Tua anywhere 5, 6, 7. But I put him at 5.
That's a solid pick. I don't mind it. It's a little higher than I have him. He's in my top 10, but he's a little high. I got Burrow at 5. I think Burrow's going to come back.
I got Burrow at 6.
Okay.
So he's right there.
Yeah, so we're even on Burrow. I think Burrow's going to come back hungry.
Yeah.
I think Burrow.
And he's got the weapons.
Yep. And I think they're going to be growing. We'll see what happens with T. Higgins, but I think they got a couple of young guys there.
I think you and I agree, Chase Brown.
They've got Chase Brown. They got.
Gonna be a beast.
I like Charlie Jones, and I can't even pronounce.
I love Charlie Jones.
I think Charlie Jones is going to come out of nowhere.
If T goes, Charlie Jones becomes.
Well, T's going to go. T's going to want to go get wide receiver 1.
Jones becomes a draftable wide receiver
because you're still going to have Chase. Yeah, Charlie Jones is going to be there. You're still going to have Chase. There's another guy. I can't even pronounce his name, so I'm not even going to try. Church. I'd have to look it up. It's like Ilyasova, but it's not. It's like Viegas. I don't know how to do it.
Don't do it. Never try.
But
So
anyway,
I got Burrow at 6, Tua at 5. Who do you got at 6?
who do I have at 6? I have CJ Stroud at 6.
I have him in my top 10. I don't have him. I feel like there's going to be a sophomore fall off.
Sophomore fall off, but I'm going to give you one better. I'm going to say you're going to get Dalton Schultz comes back. I think Dalton Schultz wants to stay in Texas. I think they re-sign him.
Fair enough.
I think another year under Nico's belt. He's healthy. Nico's looking like a top 10 wide receiver right now.
Yeah,
Dude
Nico
he's a
looks as
beast
good
of a monster.
outside of JJ, Lamb, and
He
Chase.
is a slightly smaller
he looks there.
Calvin Johnson. The way he plays football, just a slightly smaller
A
version.
little faster
A
too.
little faster, but he's slightly smaller. Doesn't have the garage door wingspan. You know what I mean? Like he's a slightly smaller Calvin Johnson.
That's a good comparison.
Tank
give you
Dell's
that.
going to come back,
Mm-hmm.
and that offense ain't changing. It's only going to get better. So
Don't they
give
have-
me some CJ Stroud. At
Don't they have John Mechie too? And like they got
Yeah.
Noah Brown. Like they got
they've
talent.
I don't know if Noah's going to be there next year. I'd have to look at his contract.
I feel like I worry about I wanted to honestly I was gonna put him, if you look at my first list, I had him at like 6.
Yeah.
But I worried that sophomore slump. So I had
happens.
to take him a little later.
it happens, but he's leading the league in passing as a rookie. So
I
not
know.
many rookies do that.
So who do you put at 7?
I got Tua at 7.
Okay.
Again, I got that offense going to repeat what it's doing this year, and that's right around where Tua is at this year. So I'm thinking he's going to just repeat what he's doing this year, next year.
And 5, 6, 7 are my group B. And at 7, I put Anthony Richardson.
Ooh, I like it.
Because
That's a great call. He was there.
he
at the
was
beginning.
there, and
He was
I
already
feel
there.
like he had that injury, and I don't think Jonathan Taylor is going to be there. So Anthony Richardson, the freaking nature that he is, I feel like is going to put up fantasy numbers.
And that's the only thing that scares me. You're not going to have no JT. So the only
Like
thing
an
that
Allen,
scares
he's
me
going to be
about
forced
the
to do
only,
it.
and I'm gonna go early on my honorable mention. That was my honorable mention.
He was in my honorable mention my first time I went through this list. But if you look, I
You
made
went
this
through
list
it.
a few times and to try and fix shit.
I deleted mine a couple times too, even though
I tweaked it a bunch.
But no, I have him in my honorable mention. The only reason I say that is I get worried about them still playing that game like we're in a semi-rebuild. So I don't know if they officially like unleash him to the potential where we're gonna go, hey, we need
But
you,
then they fire
we
everybody.
need you to sell tickets. So we need you to stay on the field. So we're not gonna let you use your legs this year because we're still trying to get a good draft pick.
like
so that
the,
we can still get shit
like
around
the
it.
Eagles are doing to Hurts, not let him use his
Right.
legs.
Yeah. So until they get to the playoffs, and then all of a sudden you're going to see a new Eagles team that they haven't shown anybody yet. But anyway,
No, that's a fair worry.
so I'm just worried that they just don't unleash him as the way that. So like, give me 2 years on Anthony Richardson, and then I'm going to be all in because that dude's a freak of nature.
no, it's a fair worry.
But that's why I had
And
him.
when we revisit this, I like it.
That's
Like,
why I had him in my honorable mention. So like, I'll say honorable mention.
just like I
where
have like
next year he could just take the league by storm and just fucking CJ Stroud that shit and just dominate, and he could be the next Michael Vick. Who knows? Just bigger.
No, but I like your concern though.
But yeah, I'm just worried that they go, hey, why don't you just sell tickets and jerseys this year
And then
and
worry
play
about it
football,
later.
and then we don't care what your stats look like. Let's just keep you on the field this year, and then we'll worry about winning next year and the year after and then the year after. After we get you another number 1 to 5 pick talent on your team, then we'll start trying to win. And he'll go, shit, I'm cool with that.
yeah.
Anyway, who you got at 8?
T-Law.
T-Law. I left him off my list.
I feel like there's so much talent in Jacksonville.
There's potential. I know, but at the same time, we said that this year, and he's got no fucking excuse to back it up. He's been okay this year. He's been a top 10 guy this year, right? I'd have to look at the numbers. Can you bring those up?
Yeah, he's been.
I don't know if he's been a top 10 guy or not, but he just did not meet expectations. I don't know. I could be completely off on this. You give Calvin Ridley another year. I don't know. He could be he should be in my honorable mentions.
Trevor Lawrence is 13 this year.
And I think he's had the talent. It's not going to get any better. Like, it's just going to be, it is what it is kind of thing.
No,
It could.
I give it a little bit better, like Calvin Ridley a year removed, and he might have an all-star stuff. Like him and because I still like we talked about last week. I don't think Calvin Ridley's up to potential yet. And I think Calvin
don't know if
Ridley
they're using
and
him right.
T-Law could build one of those real chemistries. But
Speaking of Calvin Ridley, that sucks for him losing T-Law.
I got to give him. I know. I got to give him the benefit of the doubt and put him at 8. Who'd you put at 8? You said.
I have Dak at 8. I have Dak Prescott at 8.
And I'm surprised with all the shit we've said all year that you didn't have Dak earlier. But I almost put him the fact that you were real with that.
I almost put him at 7 over Tua, but then I thought of the weapons, and Dallas is not going to get any more weapons around him unless Diggs ends up there. If Diggs ends up there, Dak's going.
Diggs won't end up there.
He wants to with his brother.
I think his brother's going too.
You think his brother not on Dallas next year? He's going to want too much money, and they got too much. Yeah, you're probably right.
And showing what they've done without him, he's going to want too much money. Jerry's going to be like,
you're probably 100% right. Especially with Bland setting records. It's like,
the way that Bland's playing, good pickup by you in the Weekend Warrior. But the way their defense is playing without Diggs, like there's no reason to pay Diggs.
Yeah.
So he's not going to go. If he's going to follow his brother, it's going to be to wherever Diggs goes.
I could see both of them. You're right. They're probably going to go find a team that wants to sign both of them.
And then they're going to be like, we're
going to win a Super Bowl with the Carolina Panthers.
But no, I like, and again, Dak is playing lights out right now, but I think Dak might be having one of his better years.
How old is Dak Prescott?
That I don't know.
This year, I'm going to say about Dak is I've seen a maturity on Dak that I've been waiting for.
I hate to say it, but yeah, he does look.
I've been waiting for Dak to turn that corner from Mississippi State, Dak Prescott. It just never happened. And this year it did.
He's got a different mantra about him this year.
Yeah, I know what it is. It's his brother. It has to be.
Yeah,
like
probably.
That shit would humble fucking just about anybody. I think it really spun his brain. And I really think it's matured him in a way on the field that like I want to cry for the dude right now because like I couldn't imagine going through something like that. But I really think that put the NFL into perspective for Dak Prescott.
Appreciate what he's got.
100%. And
because so many people with just God-given talent do take it for granted.
Yeah, I mean, he was catching a bad rep the whole time. Like, I don't know. It sucks that it took something like that to happen. I really think that put him into a new level of mental.
No, as much as I hate the cow bitches, and as much as I give Dak shit, he's a good quarterback. I think he's got a lot of flaws, but he is playing well right now, and he's finally being the Dak that everybody gave Dak credit for being. And it might have been that humble pie, it might have been that reality check.
Yeah.
But I feel like Dak, I can't take it from him as much as I want to take it from him. He's playing well.
I don't know. That's just
maybe that's him. Maybe it's a new reality for him.
I hope so.
Maybe it's that slap in the face, like, hey, don't take shit for granted. This is life.
The NFL's a good place when the Eagles and the Cowboys are both good. So I hope so.
It is.
Who you got at 8? Did you say you're 8?
I said I got T-Law at 8.
T-Law. Okay. Who you got at 9?
And you said you had who at 8?
Dak. Yeah, Dak.
I got Stoud at 9.
You got Stoud? Okay.
I got him in the top 10.
I love it. I mean, you know me. I
couldn't go higher than 9. One of my other lists I had him at 6. But I feel like there's that sophomore slump. Got him at 9.
I'm probably way too high on Stoud, but
so who you got at 9 then?
I got Brock Purdy at 9.
Oh, he's in my honorable mention. He's not a 9. But I mean, I don't hate it. But like we talked about earlier, is it Purdy or is it the offense?
What's it matter? He's going to be playing in that offense next year.
That's true.
And they're all going to be there. I don't think they're going anywhere, especially if they win a Super Bowl.
Purdy at 9.
I got Purdy at 9.
Now, who got a 10?
Who did you have at 9? I missed it.
I had Stoud.
Oh, right.
I don't like that face. Time out. Let me take a sip. I don't like that face.
I got a lot of explaining to do here. I'm going with Jordan Love at 10.
He made my top 10 in one of my 6.
You did this 6 times?
I mean, it was mental 6. I wrote down. It was a mental 6. Okay. I wrote down 3.
Oh, okay.
And I'm pretty sure I had Love because I had to adjust it once I really thought about it.
Here's my thing on Love. He's young. Oh, dude, I got to piss too. We're going to race to the fucking bathroom after this episode. All right, so you got, look at his weapons.
No, they're only going to get better. I get it.
Musgrave is young. Dobbs is young. Christian Watson is done. Or young. Done. Not even close.
Musgrave might be the best. Oh, no. Never mind.
Right? We were given
Laporta and
Kincaid,
but
right. And then there's Musgrave. This is easily the best tight end class.
We've never seen a tight end class like this before.
Easily. Hands down. 2020, was it 2023 draft class?
10.
But I got Jordan Love at 10.
But I don't.
This is my reach. I agree. This is my reach because
I don't hate it because it's there. Because next year when we come back,
that offense
you could be like,
he could be the number 4.
Shimmying in there like.
I'm telling you right now, this is way too early. But Jordan Love is going to be the steal of fantasy drafts next year, hands down.
Worth a keeper.
Yes. Well, it depends on
depends on your quarter. No, still he's not.
It depends on your other options. But
I get it, though. He could be.
I'm rolling the dice on this one. I really am because he struggled early, but he was supposed to struggle early. He didn't have Christian Watson. Aaron Jones is banged up right now, and he's still
AJ
dominating.
Dillon, Quadzilla is not acting like Quadzilla.
No, actually, they need a running game. If they get a running game behind them, what if Derrick Henry goes to Green Bay? It's the same as he's the same player as AJ Dillon though, so that would them saying like, "Hey, we don't like AJ Dillon." Oh, he's fucking way better than AJ Dillon.
I don't hate it. I don't hate you putting him in the top 10. I'm gonna say that was my stretch for this one. I have a list of surprise candidates, and Jordan Love is right at the top.
Yeah, because I was gonna put Anthony Richardson there, but I was like, I'm gonna spice this up a little bit because I put Anthony Richardson in my honorable mention. I was gonna put him at 10 because I do think he's more talented than Jordan Love, but Jordan's putting up right now, and I gotta apologize to my brother because he was gonna trade Dobbs for Love. I told him no at the time. Holy shit! And they went, yeah, complete 180 on that shit. So
at 10,
that's way too
10, and I let him into my top 10.
Fucking do it.
I put Dak in there.
Oh, okay.
I put Dak at 10. Well, only because
rightfully so. He's like 2 right now.
I love where. Yeah,
what is he right now?
I love where he's playing, but I can't.
He's 3. Sorry, excuse me. He's 3.
Yeah, I love where he's playing, but like I just feel like.
You think he falls off after getting better talent next year? When
I don't know.
Jalen Tolbert.
I don't know if he's gonna get.
When Tolbert pops up and becomes the new Michael Gallup.
I like Tolbert better. And the other dude, Kayvon.
Turbin.
Yeah. I like his weapons, but
because we'll see if Pollard's still there.
That's my thing.
But
without
Rico, and obviously they think those guys have a chance.
I think they think that, but I'm a little bit worried about that.
Sorry. Did I go? I just flipped out because I'm a Tony Pollard owner.
No,
I hated how they used him.
I don't think Pollard's going to be there, and I think Dak needs a good run scare to be.
Pollard won't be there because they're going to want him to accept a fucking pay cut. They're going to be like, "Yo, dude, you didn't do that good this year." Oh, I wonder why? Because maybe you didn't fucking put him in space.
Do you have anybody else in your honorable mention you want to talk about?
Herbert.
Yeah, he didn't make your top 10.
No, fuck him. He's a Charger for one.
I agree too because this shit's pissing me off with what he's done.
Like, every year we're gonna go Justin Herbert. He's the best talent on the NFL, and then they do fucking nothing every fucking year.
Like we talked about 2 weeks ago, that coaching staff needs to revamp.
Yeah, they better fucking fire all of them guys because they're either suck and Herbert's not. What
could you imagine Herbert like in San Fran, or
would he make the right decisions though? Because have you seen Purdy? Dude's throwing the ball before wide receivers are even coming out of breaks. And all of a sudden, it's like right there on their fucking chest.
If I had to put them side by side, I think Herbert's a better.
He is the better physical specimen. It's not even close. But when you talk about football minds, there's something about that. That's what made Brady so good was his brain.
Right. I think Brady Herbert is a football
physically
mind.
Gifted.
I think Herbert's a football mind. I just think that the Chargers
That's what matters.
The Chargers
take the physical
stats screwing him up.
I get that. But
like, I don't think it's
that talent around him's not going anywhere, though.
No, but I don't think you can blame Herbert for it. You watch how they're calling those games. Just like we give Jalen Hurts shit, like that's play calling and it's the offensive coordinator. I think they are inhibiting Herbert. I think with the right,
not letting him run or something.
There's not. Let him just go up to the line and make some calls and play the damn game. I think they're trying to control the game, and I think a lot of that has to do with the Eckler and the running back shit and the paying.
Back to mine.
Yes, I think a lot. I think there is too much game scripting going on in the coaching and not letting Herbert just be Herbert.
Yeah.
Well, yet to be seen. So,
hey, don't check it down to Herbert or to Eckler anymore.
No, don't.
Why would you do that to pick up 15 yards?
Heaven forbid you make the playoffs. My honorable mention, I think they wanted to make the playoffs. I had Lamar Jackson, because here's the thing with Lamar. I wanted to talk about this earlier. Okay. Is I think they're changing what Lamar is.
Well, they have to
in that offense, and I think Lamar is still going to be a good quarterback, but he loses his legs a little bit as fantasy value because they are building a much better receiving core in that offense than what they've had before. They're a run first offense, so if they do. I think they're going to sign. I could see Derrick Henry ending up there.
That'd be that'd be a good one.
And I could see
with Keaton
running back,
like a pace,
Keaton Mitchell,
change of
and
pace.
Gus Edwards there, and being real deep.
Well, see, that's why
Lamar doesn't have
Gus and Derrick Henry are kind of obviously Derrick's
right, but Gus is that change.
He's the same bowling ball type.
Yeah. But that's
gets you your 2 touchdowns.
I can see Jackson not having his legs and throwing as much as I love Zay Flowers and that, but that's why I got.
Where does Jackson rate right now? Is he 11?
8.
He's 8. Do you think his touchdowns are anywhere near where they should be?
No. And I don't think they're going to get better next year.
How many times does he get to the red zone and it's here's a 12-yard touchdown from Gus Edwards? Hey, thanks, fuck off. Here's a 1-yard touchdown from Gus Edwards. Hey, go fuck off.
And I love having ownership in Gus Edwards.
Fuck off. What happens when that reverses and they become Lamar Jackson touchdowns?
Here's the thing.
He goes to 2 or maybe even 1 real quick.
I think Baltimore is done with making that Lamar Jackson. I think
agreed,
if they do
but we'll see what happens in the playoffs.
Imagine if Dobbins wasn't hurt. That's Dobbins touchdowns. Think about that. So that's why I couldn't put him in the top 10 and I put him honorable mention. But my honorable mention is Lamar, Purdy, and Jared Goff, who has been a damn good fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, not of late.
Not of late, but he's got all the weapons to be.
Where's he at on our top?
He's at 12. He's right there.
He's right there. But again, he had a really good.
So, and like I said, I have surprise. Next year, I could just imagine sneaking in were Jordan Love and Sam Howell, because that Washington has all the damn weapons. If they draft or trade for some offensive line, Sam Howell is a damn good. He's a better Baker.
He's not sneaking into the top 10.
No, but he could be one of those just fluke quarterbacks that gets in there.
Yeah, I agree with that. I could see Justin Fields that we didn't even talk about being easily top 10.
I'd rather the Jonas Brother play there.
Agreed. I got to piss like a racehorse. We say we end this thing.
What do you want to rate this chocolate stout? I actually really liked it.
I didn't fucking hate it either. Could be because it was the last one I drank, but I'm going to give it.
No, and that's a 10%er.
I'm going to go 72 again. I'm not a coffee guy. I'm literally going to piss my pants though.
You're a 70. I'm going to draw this out. You are a 72. You can't even Puka Nuka this?
I'm Puka Nuka this motherfucker.
I'm pissing right now.
I'm pissing.
All right. So he went 72. I'm going to put it right between the double IPA and the winter porter, and I'm going to put it at a 76. You hear that? I'm putting it at a 76.
Holy shit.
Your pissing is making my pissing so much harder.
It's okay. We'll switch.
So I like the sticky beans better than the double IPA. But that porter was the best. Hey, Piss and Dustin, what do you think? That porter was the best one?
First one, the winter porter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So next week, what are we doing? Running back or receiver next week? Tight ends. Way too early tight ends next week. So we're doing quarterback this week. Next week, holy shit, you are pissing so incredibly long.
I told you.
Oh, yeah. He's going to run back here to sign off. But next week, we'll bring you way too early how we think the tight ends are going to finish. And I'm going to cheers myself here real quick.
Oh, yeah, I'm not done. I'm going. Don't pause that.
You better shake. Fuck washing. Believe, persistence, overcome.
Are you going to pee now?
Battle for the East.
Can I do my thing? Jesus, just because I run away for 3 seconds. It's like 3-minute pee. Go pee.
I've already started peeing. Are you going to talk about pee?
So we got to talk about the booty hole porter, the winter lager, because I'm telling you, it's a booty hole. Then you've got, hold up, wait a minute. It's like a fucking fire hose going on over there. And then you've got the sticky beans. That's post-sex right there, sticky beans. That's actually not bad. That's actually a really, really good dessert beer. Oh, yeah. Like, if you were at dinner and you were like, what am I going to do? What am I going to, like, because some people drink coffee after dinner and stuff like that. Boom. That is your go-to right there. If you want to eat some, like, a good dinner and you're out to eat and all of a sudden it's like, coffee stout. Boom. I'm going to remember that the next time I'm out. Hold it. Wait a minute. Just okay. This winter lager, the Nor'easter, the Buffalo Bills, Derrick Henry.
That got the best rating.
It was the best beer. It really was. It was smooth as shit. Had a good IPA. Or not an IPA, but you know what I mean. No, you don't.
I'll give it to him. Ever Grain. Not bad.
Those are some good beers.
We'll try some more.
I hate coffee stouts. Not a huge porter guy, and I like them both. If anything, I'm more of an IPA guy, and that was my least favorite, I think.
Agreed.
I think I rated these two the same. But that's just simply simply because I'm not a huge coffee stout guy. So if you like coffee stouts, definitely give this fucker a try, because I'm not a huge coffee stout guy.
And I'm an IPA guy, and I give the IPA the worst rating.
The fact that a coffee stout is 10%, how do you do that? That's illegal.
That didn't taste like 10%.
Fuck no, I'm drunk.
All right, next week, we're way over. Tight ends, according to Dustin. Empty Pukanuka.
Pukanuka.
Pukanuka.